Okay. Okay.
Hello, everybody. My name is D.Lisa West, and I'm a dream doula.
And I'm Christina Spatera. I'm a psychotherapist and relationship coach.
Let's get right to it. Do you feel like you're juggling your everything in life? Do you feel like sometimes you might drop the ball? Then this talk is for you. What the
Mhm.
what? Why do we even say that? I'm juggling things.
It's almost like we're acknowledging the fact that we're not holding anything firmly, that
Mm.
we have to be, I got to grab this, I got to do this, I got to do this, so that nothing has our undivided attention.
Which is a also scattered.
Yes.
So saying you're juggling a lot, I've got a lot of balls in the air, I'm juggling a
Hmm.
lot, means also I'm scattered and my focus is on all these different things. Now, truly, sometimes you have to focus on lots of different things at once. If you've got little kids and you've got a
Hmm.
job and you've got
Hmm.
things to
Yes.
go to, you've got to figure out what you're doing. But how are you being present anytime, ever, if you're constantly thinking of the next ball you need to catch or throw or do or what? How do you help people with this?
So, a big part of it is learning to prioritize because you literally can't do everything. Even though, you may want to, you have to figure out, okay, first of all, it's about figuring out what needs to happen now. What needs to happen now? What can't wait? And this is a really difficult thing for a lot of women. What can I delegate? Because
Delegation.
a lot of times we feel like, well, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. I have to be the one. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. But what if it didn't have to be on you? What if you could share the burden? Okay, so maybe too early for it, but it's coming in my head anyway. I'm thinking of the movie One Fine Day with George Clooney and Michelle Pfeiffer from the 90s, where Michelle Pfeiffer plays a single mom. And you see it from, and it's really all about the events in the life. And George Clooney also plays like a single dad, divorced dad, and how through a series of circumstances they wind up looking after each other's kids that day and dealing with their differing work issues. It's a very cute movie. They were really good together in it. But there's a line she says in there, I've got all these balls in the air, and like no one think. And he's basically telling her, okay, sometimes you have to, because she basically had to learn to trust him, to learn to trust someone else to carry this ball or do this thing.
Right. Well, one way, if you feel like you have too many tasks, one way is to delegate it and let
Right,
someone else do it. Another
right,
way is to take it completely off your list of things to do.
exactly,
Like, do
exactly.
you really need to? One time, I was at my sister's house. Sorry, Anita, if you're listening to this. I was at her house and she's getting ready for a party. And she's running around doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that and cooking all this food and cleaning up her house. And a friend was there and she's like, "What? Why don't you slow down a little bit? Like,
Mm-hmm.
just relax." She's like, "I can't." The idea that you must clean your house thoroughly before a guest comes over
Mm-hmm.
was shattered in my mind years ago when I went to someone's house and their house was really pretty dirty. Like I could see
Mm-hmm.
chunks of dirt on the floor. And I said, "Would you like me to vacuum before the guests arrive?" And she said, "Oh no. Heck no. Once a couple people get here, they'll think they made that dirt and I'll clean up after the party." And I thought, "What? You'll clean up after the party? Why didn't I ever think of that?"
Mind blown.
I'm like, okay. So there's what, you can get ready for the party, clean it before and clean it after. Or you could just relax and invite people over into your beautiful home who don't really care if there's any dust on the floor.
Exactly.
And having too many balls in the air, having lots of things to juggle is also how we work in the USA.
Mm-hmm.
We work, 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 work. We don't take vacations.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck and they're worried about not. having enough money
Right.
so they don't take any time off. And then eventually they're just exhausted and maybe even
Yes,
physically sick.
completely. Exactly. Exactly.
So being sick gives you time off, but not
Mhm.
how you planned it.
Well, this is the interesting part. It's not uncommon for people who are overworking themselves to get sick or to get hurt because the body, one way or another, is going to take a rest,
Right.
either voluntarily or forcibly. And it's not uncommon for that to happen. This is why you worry about people who are constantly on the go. And so when I tell people you need to figure out how to have better balance for your mental and physical well-being, because something's going to give. You can't be on that treadmill forever and have your body just not say, hey, I can't do this anymore. And you don't want to get to that point either emotionally or physically.
Right, right. So if you have lots of things to do, you can prioritize what's most important.
But
And I think a lot of people who have this feeling of overwhelm, they're
mm,
not looking at what's important or urgent or necessary. They're
right,
looking at things that they should do, that they have to do, that
right.
and if you're saying to yourself, I should do this, one of my friends said, don't should on yourself. That means you're telling yourself to do something that's not really in alignment. Maybe someone else is
Mm-hmm.
making you do it, someone else is telling
Mm-hmm.
you to do it. It's
Mm-hmm.
possibly part of your job, and so you must.
Right, right.
But saying, I should do this, I have to do this, that it comes with such a burdenous feeling
Yes.
inside of
Oh,
your
yes.
soul. It's just,
Yes.
ugh, ugh. So how can people prioritize what's really important to them? How do you help people do that?
So you actually we have to break it down. Okay, let's break down all these things you have going on. First of all, this is why I love writing stuff down because when it's all in your head, it's a mess in there. But when you actually write stuff down, you see it. And then this
Yeah.
is where you get to segment it. And you'll be like, okay, what is it that you have to do that's really important? Okay. What is it you have to do that's important and urgent, like immediately? What is it you have to do that is not necessarily important? You'd like to get it done, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. So you kind of break it down like that, like look at what's going on. And you can look at it through everything. You've got your work stuff, personal stuff. Now keep in mind when people need things from you, they for them it's always going to be urgent because they want it. But you need to decide just how urgent is this. Now, also you have to be careful what you commit to. Because a
Oh,
lot of
yes.
times we overcommit ourselves. We're afraid to say no. I tell my clients all the time, if you don't want to do it or you don't have time to do it, the answer is no. Without guilt, without apology, no. That's it.
Okay, how some people won't understand how that sounds. And so let me ask you something and you can say no.
Okay.
Christina, I really love connecting with you every week. Could we do this
Mhm.
every day?
No,
Why not?
I just don't have the time to do it every day. I love connecting with you as well, and I enjoy the weekly thing we do, but the way my schedule is, I just don't have the time to do it every day.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
I appreciate you
no.
asking, though.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. So no is a complete sentence.
Yes.
No.
No.
Can you do this? No. Can you do that? No.
No.
No, like, ooh, okay. And then like I think what happens to people that are overburdened, overworked, overstressed, lots
Mm-hmm.
of balls in the air,
Mm-hmm.
they say yes too often to things that they ought to say no to.
Exactly. And I really feel that is a big part of it. That is a
Hmm.
huge part of it. Where, and here's the thing. When you heard us doing that exchange, people listening, you felt a little uncomfortable, didn't you?
I
Because we
bet you
feel
did.
uncomfortable saying no, right? Because we
Oh,
think, oh,
especially women, especially
yes,
women.
right. No,
Um,
I want to be fair to
yeah.
the guys. There are guys too who also feel that burden to say yes when they really don't have the time. So I want to be fair to them too. But yes, especially as a woman, we feel guilt if we say no to someone. We feel that, oh, I'm not being considerate or caring. There is this innate thing where we feel we have to be all self-sacrificing. And that if we're not, then that when we're being selfish. And I'm sure you've heard this before, self-care is not selfish. Okay?
Mm.
Saying, I don't, this is why I'm saying you're not just saying no for no sake. You're going to be really honest with yourself. You're going to say, do I want to do this thing that's being asked of me? Do I have time to do this thing that's being asked of me? So you're going to ask yourself those questions first.
Yeah, do I want to?
Do I want
Do I
to?
have time to?
Exactly. So it's not like you're just saying no for no sake to be a contrary person. You're not saying no because I'm going to get back at them and say no. No, you're saying no because you really don't want to and you don't have the time to.
Right. And here's an extreme example, which if you've listened to all of our podcasts, you might have heard this story before. But I have a friend, his name is Melody. And
Mm-hmm.
when I first met her, it was around the holidays. And I said, are you going to visit your family for Thanksgiving? And she said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, no. I said, what do you mean? She goes, they live an hour and a half away. I'm not going. And then she further said to me, when I got remarried, my husband and I decided we were never, ever, ever going to do something out of obligation.
Mm-hmm.
So if we would love to do it, we do it. If we
Mm-hmm.
feel obligated to do it, it's a
Mm-hmm.
hard no.
I
And so
like it.
she said, I said, what? What do you mean? It's Thanksgiving. You're not going to go see your mom and your sister? No, I'm not. And she said, we're going to watch black and white movies on TV and eat vegan nachos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even going to wash the pan, she further said. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
take the foil from the bottom of the pan and crumple it up and throw it away and done. Dinner's done.
Yep.
And I thought she might be that year when she told me that. I thought she might be my only friend who's not stressed out on Thanksgiving the day before or the day after.
Yes.
Because so many of us, especially on holidays
Yes.
and especially at work, we go beyond what we would love to do. We say
Right.
yes to what we would like to say no to.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that even at work, when we're asked to do something, there is the possibility of saying no and still keeping your job.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So many times we're afraid to say no.
Yes.
We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of being fired. We're afraid. So, and again, I'm not trying to do this in a rude way. Like, did you notice when you asked me, I said, I appreciate you asking.
Oh, thank you
So,
for asking. No.
yeah, exactly. Thank you for asking. No. So you can do it in a very polite way. You're not rejecting the person. Now, you can also add a little, if you really feel you need to, you can add a little helper tag to it. Like if you can't do it, but or it's something you can't look up, but you can send them somewhere. Like, well, I can't, but perhaps you could try that here. So
Oh,
you could
I
add a
can't help
helper.
you, but maybe Joey can help you. I can't
Right,
help you, but I can send you that article.
right. So
Yes.
if it makes you feel a little better, you can send a little helper tag to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the beautiful way to say no is simply no,
Hmm.
or thank you for asking. No,
Right.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
Invite me again.
Yes. I'd like to invite me again. Give me a rain check.
Yeah, feel free to invite me again
Yeah.
where
Feel
I
free to
might
give me.
say no. I might say
Right. I
yes.
might say no. Right. So you're not closing the door. Because the problem is we're conditioned, especially as women, we're conditioned to believe that if we're not being completely self-sacrificing, then somehow we're doing something wrong. It is
Yeah.
not, and again, I know because I'm a therapist, there are guys who are struggling with this too. So guys, men and women, you are allowed to say no. It's okay.
Yes. Yes. So if you feel like you have too many things, if you feel like you have too many balls in the air, you're juggling too much, you're managing too much, you're stressed out and worried and overworked and overstressed, there's something you can let go of by
Mm-hmm.
saying no to it. So what
Yes.
is that? What is that today? What would that be for you? Ooh, are you going to say
What would
no
I
to
let go
anything
of?
after this conversation?
Well, it's about, for me, it's all about what gives me back time that I need.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So for instance, I've been working all day. I've had a lot of back-to-back sessions. So I had a choice of, I was going to get together with a friend. Do I cook the meal or do I order? I'm ordering.
Yeah. There you go. So
There you go.
that's one way to do it. When I was a younger person and a busy real estate broker with two young kids, I would often do the same thing. What am I cooking for dinner when these people are coming over? Hmm, something super easy, or yeah, I'm going to buy it already cooked and warm it
Mhm.
up when I get home.
There you
Yeah.
go. And that's okay.
Uh-huh.
Because also when you're prioritizing, because keep in mind, delegating can be done in different ways. When you
Mm,
decide, okay, I've been working all day, I just did not have time. I know I don't have the time to cook and still do everything else I have to do. And you're like, and I get financial realities, like I can't do this all the time either. I do a lot of my own cooking because obviously I have to be careful too. But I look at, all right, how much time do I need? How much time do I have? Is this saving me the gift of time? The
mm,
gift of time is precious.
yes. Yes. Especially for people who feel like they're juggling so much, to just have a
Yes.
moment, a half an hour, where you are not running around and pleasing other people, but you just can be with yourself or with a good
Mhm.
friend and enjoy
Exactly.
some time together.
Mhm.
It is a precious gift.
It's a precious gift. It's okay to
And to
give
remember
yourself that gift.
that, yeah, remembering that our somebody said this recently, your most precious gift is your gift of time that you give to someone
Mm,
else. So time with you.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. Juggling balls. Here we
Juggling
go.
balls.
Thanks for this chat today. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate you too. And we
All right.
appreciate our listeners. Thank you for listening to us.
Yes. Bye.